Yo, so I was just outside and I got another one of these follower motherfuckers that just walk next to me and follow me. So first there was the one guy that was like, I don't know, I think it was like a month ago or something. And he came up to me, he was like, "Where's the Xanax at, man?" And then he was like, just walking all close to me. He was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, I just don't answer him or whatever. And he's just like, "Oh, you're not going to tell me where you're going? Well, I'm going to follow you then." And so he just keeps walking and just like right next to me too, just like standing really close to me. And so I pulled out my camera on him and started recording. I got a video of it, but and then there was the other guy that I recorded a couple days ago that was like following me up behind me up the sidewalk, but like started following me like as I walked away, because I was holding my sign. He was like, "What's your sign mean, man?" And then he just keeps yelling it, and then he starts following me yelling it. So he just followed me up the sidewalk, and so I recorded him. This guy I didn't record though, but he stopped following me at an intersection. All three stopped following me at an intersection. Like, they just walk away from me at an intersection when I walk up to it. So I think this third one was at the intersection or right before it or whatever. Or no, it was right at the intersection. Anyway, this guy like crossed the street next to, like, he's crossing the street. I'm walking up the sidewalk, and he comes up on the sidewalk next to me, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm new in town." And he does it at a synced up moment, like as I'm doing something on my phone. He walks up next to me and is like to distract me too and shit. They just can't get off of my nutsack. They have to do shit like this and like honk, like if I'm like ignoring them or whatever. Anyway, he comes up and he's like, "I'm new in town. Do you know what, or he's like, what's there to do around here or whatever?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I don't really go anywhere." He's like, "Oh, do you know where I could get some bud?" And I'm like, "I don't know, cannabis factory." It's like a store where they have like, they got like THCA and legal weed basically, but not the same thing as regular weed, but it still gets you high though. So like, I don't get why it's legal but the other one's illegal. But anyway, I was like, cannabis factory, you go there, get some bud, because it's literally bud too. They literally sell buds of and it looks like weed, and it's like, how is this? It makes no sense. But anyway, back to the story. He's like, I'm like, you go there. He's like, "Is there any way to get some shots around here?" And I'm like, "There's lots of bars around here, man." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he just keeps walking next to me. And he was actually kind of like, he wasn't aggressive like the other ones. He was like nice, but like creepy though. But anyway, he's just walking next to me, and he's just like, "So you want to hang out?" And I'm like, "No, man." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I walk up to the intersection, and I look behind me, and he like turned around and walked back the other way behind me. So all three of them stopped walking next to me at the intersection and walked away from me. I think there's been other people that's done that in the past too. So if I go outside, that's something that I might have to deal with, is somebody just walking close to me, following me all up the sidewalk and being like, where are you going, man? Where do you live at? Or just whatever. Or a car, or like those cars that have driven by me and then keep coming back up the street and drive by me again. And then they're like, pull up on the side of the street and act like they're gonna kick my ass. And then the one guy actually did come at me and was like trying to knock my phone out of my hand, but he didn't try to kick my ass. He was just like trying to knock my phone out of my hand. And then he walked away from me when we walked up to the intersection. But I didn't catch that part on camera because I was like grabbing my phone, like trying to keep it from him. And I ended up closing YouTube. So like the video skips right there. But that's what happened though. He walked away right when we walked up to the intersection. So I don't know if they're not allowed to kick your ass or what. But like unless you do first or whatever. But like the other guy that like tried to grab my sign and shit, and then he was just like hugging me basically. He just wanted to hug, I guess. I think he was having a bad day, he just wanted a hug. But he didn't really try to kick my ass. He didn't like none of them punched me or anything, you know what I mean? They just like I don't know. It's not to say that they won't, that they wouldn't. I don't know if they're not allowed to, like I said, or what, but motherfuckers are crazy. So that happened. I see 1,000 Syncmobiles outside, of course. They're all black and silver and white right now. 1,000 of them. Just 1,000 cars that are all black and silver and white, over and over, repetitively. And then 1,000 more black and silver and white cars. There hasn't been any other colors in a minute. It's all black and silver and white still right now. Wait, is this a blue car? Oh no, that's another black car and it's syncing with a silver car right now. Here's a red car right as he turns out of the parking lot with the black car. And this bird flew up and it looks synced with him. There's a blue car with the red car. Or wait. No, it was another red car and a black car with the red car and the black car. From the parking lot. And then there's a guy on a bike, and then it's just gonna go on and on, you know. But anyway. I think I saw an Epstein Island stripe shirt, which I was talking about Epstein Island on Creepbusters today. I don't know if it was the Epstein Island stripe shirt, but it was a stalker though. I couldn't tell if it was blue stripes or black stripes, black and white stripes. But I'll see the blue and white striped shirts sometimes, occasionally. I haven't seen it in a long ass time. But occasionally they'll have that, and then they do it after I say that it's the Epstein Island striped shirts. They still do it. Like the first time I said it, I think they did it like the next day to like confirm it or whatever, to make me think that it is or whatever, or it is, I think, because it is the Epstein Island gang stalking me 1,000. They do like pizza symbolism, all type of weird ass shit. Ninja Turtles. Go watch my other videos if you don't know about the Ninja Turtles. But yeah, they'll do that sometimes with the Epstein Island striped shirts. I think I saw that today, and I've seen it on a child before. And they'll just have a blue and white horizontal striped shirts, and then they'll sync with them. Sometimes they have Mickey Mouse shirts, which Targeted Journey talks about, and I think I started seeing that before she said it on her channel. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what Mickey Mouse is. Is Disney stalking us? Is this Disneyland out here? But I've seen that before, though. I've seen the Mickey Mouse shirts occasionally. I saw that the other day, I think. Or I saw someone that had a Mickey Mouse shirt on anyway. I think they were stalking me, I don't remember. But I think it might mean like Mickey Mouse is like M and it's like Master Mason, or like, I don't know. He's got the Masonic gloves on and everything. He's like a Masonic character. But I don't know what it means. But this other time, this guy was singing the Mickey Mouse song. The one that they sing on Full Metal Jacket, where it's like MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse. That one. This guy was singing it, and it was like nighttime, and I'm walking up the street, and he's just like creepily singing it, synced up. And then I've said this before, but bands that play live will be syncing up sometimes, or a lot of, maybe all the time, most of the time. Like bands playing live, or like when they talk on the microphone, it'll be synced up. And then I was walking by this church one day where they play music. They have a band, like a rock band or whatever, and I hear the drum set like through the window, like the closed window of the church. Like you can just hear it through the glass, you know. As I walk by the church, like they start playing right at that moment. Which is also right at an intersection, like right when I get across the street. They start playing right at that moment. There's a lot of weird shit going on out here. Stay tuned for more. Don't sing. Sing, sing.